Hey everyone, welcome back to Topchef Waterloo region, also known as Culinary Combat. We are here in the heart of downtown Kitchener at the Underground Flavor Group, and we're about to kick off the first round of the quarterfinals. After wrapping up 8 amazing battles in the round of 16, it's time we bring these chefs back to compete to see who will be moving on to the semifinals. And to kick it off tonight, we are kicking off with one of the best cuisines in the world, the Canadian cuisine. We have Chef Mike Naismith of Rich Uncle Tavern facing off against Chef Chris Phan of Prohibition Warehouse. Our Audacious Black Box ingredient for tonight is fermented garlic flowers. And for those who don't know, it is very garlicky, of course, peppery, and has a lot of bold flavor, and we look forward to tasting all those ingredients tonight. So before we jump into this battle, I would love for my fellow judges to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kaitting with Cushman & Wakefield Waterloo Region Limited. This is a wonderful platform being put on by Underground Flavor Group here in downtown Kitchener, and I'm very excited to be a part of it, judging another event this week, the quarterfinals in Canadian cuisine. Can't wait to eat.
Hey everybody, it's Cy Poons. We are back here at the Underground Flavor Group. For me, this is the first step to the 5K battle. We are in the playoff rounds, and I'm super excited to see who will take it tonight.
Hi everybody, Mike Collins, and I'm very excited to be back here for the round of 8 in the quarterfinals. And the theme is Canada. What does that mean from a cuisine standpoint? So it should be a very exciting night.
All right, so we're back in the UFG kitchen. We're about to kick off the first round of the quarterfinals. We have Chef Mike Naismith here. Mike, you're about to kick off your first course here. For the Canadian cuisine, you're facing Chef Chris Phan of Prohibition Warehouse. How are you feeling?
Good, confident, but stressed.
Right on. So we have a Canadian cuisine going on tonight. What do you got cooking for us?
So we're doing a bison tartare on bannock bread to start. Then we got a sous vide venison rack with a bourbon sweet potato puree. And then to finish, we're doing our twist on a butter tart, essentially.
Amazing. All right, Mike. Well, I won't hold you any longer. I know you're about to go back there and start plating. So best of luck, Chef. And I do have Chef Chris Phan here beside me from Prohibition Warehouse. Chef Chris did win his first battle against Chef Regan for the Battle of Middle Eastern Cuisine. So, Chef, you got Canadian cuisine going on right now. How do you feel?
Really good. It's the plate that I thought of really came real quick because, I've traveled across Canada, and it's just a mishmash of all sorts of different types of cuisines from, there's so many, it's so multicultural here in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. There's so much to play with for sure. So, I mean, speaking of ingredients and cuisine and all that, tell us what you're cooking for us tonight.
I'm doing a maple and pine rubbed bison tenderloin with a salsify puree, a celeriac puree, Three Sisters veg, which is corn, beans, and squash, Saskatoon berry and cherry beurre rouge, puffed wild rice, candied lemon zest, and Hasselback fingerling potato.
Amazing. So I know you're getting ready to kick off your dish, so I won't hold you back too much longer, and best of luck, Chef.
Thank you.
All right, so we just received an amazing first course from Chef Mike Naismith of Rich Uncle Tavern. He brought a really cool, unique take on sous vide venison rib loin, and there's a lot of other elements on there. I actually wasn't on the judge panelist tonight, so I'd love to hear the thoughts and opinions from my fellow judges. Ryan, I'll start off with you if you want to let us know what you thought about Chef Mike's dish tonight.
Really enjoyed the dish. Every element was excellently executed. Really enjoyed the venison. Would have enjoyed a little bit more sodium, a little bit more seasoning on it, but loved the underneath. There was a cut of flavor with the sweet gastrique. The potatoes were perfectly cooked. A little bit of asparagus to break that up. All elements were really well done. I think I would have liked a little bit more veg instead of double protein with the tartare, but did love the garlic was very present with the tartare.
Chef Mike Naismith's dish came out beautiful. Gorgeously presented. The tartare there, he showcased the secret ingredient. I love that. My only criticisms on that tartare was that for me, just a little bit chopped up, a little bit finer, but the venison texture was beautiful. And then he rounded it out beautifully with that dessert. That is a memorable way to finish his dish there.
It was a really great dish. It was neat. Some of the other things I've judged haven't been a full plate like that. An appetizer, a main course, and a dessert. I thought that all three of them were great. The garlic flowers really came forward right away in the tartare. The venison was just cooked perfectly to 130 degrees in a sous vide. And oh my God, that ice cream, that pecan ice cream with it almost felt like a waffle cone on top. It was just to die for. So my one criticism is I just think he undersalted the venison, but he'd get away with it because everything else was so good.
So moving on to dish number 2, again, another incredible dish from Chef Phan of Prohibition Warehouse. He brought another unique take on the Canadian cuisine. From my understanding, he had some bison tenderloin on there, some seared scallops. He did a really cool sauce with the Saskatoon berries, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I wasn't on the judge panel, so I want to hear in more detail what my fellow judges thought about it. Ryan, I'm going to start with you if you don't mind.
Chef Chris did a great uniform plate, a lot of Canadian cuisine incorporated in there. Love the fact that he used the bison. There was a good cook on it, a little bit of a nut crust on it. The use of the berry kind of reduction I thought was beautiful. I would have liked a little bit more tartness in that, but the color was gorgeous. The heritage vegetables with the indigenous background, the fact that he got emotional about the plating of it and the whole background of that plate. Really enjoyed every aspect of it. Great job.
One thing I definitely enjoyed about Chris Phan's dish is once it was sat down in front of me, I could smell the plate. So flavor-wise, Chris really delivered on that. The bison loin there, tenderloin, was done extremely well. That was super tender. My favorite thing on his dish, though, was he did puff wild rice. And for me, that puff rice with every bite was it definitely delivered texture contrast. My favorite part of the dish was that.
So I would think that a couple of strengths of Chef Chris's dish were that the garlic flour was pretty prevalent throughout the dish. My favorite bite of the whole night was the first bite of the seared scallop with that cherry and Saskatoon berry sauce. It was just unbelievable. And, you know, 2 great dishes. I think we're going to have a really tough decision tonight because there's no obvious winner.
So an incredibly close decision tonight in the first quarterfinals of the KW Top Chef tournament at Underground Flavor Group. But the winner of tonight's battle, Canadian cuisine, and moving on to the semifinals is Chef Mike Naismith. Congratulations, Chef.
All right, so back in the UFG kitchen, we are wrapping up again an incredible 2-course meal from 2 very talented chefs. I do have the winners actually here right beside of me. I have Chef Mike Naismith and his sous chef Evan from Rich Uncle Tavern. Gentlemen, how are we feeling with tonight's win?
So good. Over the moon about it.
Yeah, honestly, like it couldn't have gone any better. We ran into a few issues earlier in the day and we weren't sure that we were going to be able to get it all done, but we really just put our heads down and focused, and obviously it worked out in our favor.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's exciting that you guys had some hurdles, and because we get to see how you kind of jump through them and kind of figure out those scenarios. So I think that's something very exciting for everybody to see. So looking back at your dish, are you still 100% satisfied with everything you served, or is there anything that you wish you would have changed, even though you got the win?
Could have used a bit more vegetables on there, but I think all the flavors, the colors, the textures, like everything worked out well. Venison, in my opinion, was perfectly cooked. Tartare was flavorful. We got some bannock in there, which I thought was super important. All around, I think it was a great dish.
Yeah, you guys should be very proud of that. You know, there was obviously, it was a very split decision. It was very close by 4 points to be exact. But, you know, there's nothing but compliments going around for both dishes there. So amazing. I love to hear that, guys. Well, I mean, you only have 2 more wins to go until we reach the finale. And if you get past Mediterranean cuisine, then it's free for all from there, right? Then you get to cook your own cuisine. So very excited. So again, guys, I want to congratulate you both on your win. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks so much.
You're very welcome. Congrats. All right, so we are back in the UFG kitchen. We are wrapping up an incredible battle tonight. We had the battle of the Canadian cuisine between 2 very talented chefs. And to my right, I do have Chef Phan of Prohibition Warehouse. Chef, unfortunately, you did not get the win tonight. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, I feel good. You know, like I was happy with what I put out. You know, unfortunately, I didn't get the W today, and you know, there's always next time. And
so, what did you think about your your opponent's dish tonight from Chef Mike?
I thought everything looked nice. His plating was very clean, and you know, doing three courses on 1 plate, it's not an easy task.
It's definitely very risky. Yeah. It definitely is. Amazing. We'll see you on April 30th. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
Amazing. Congratulations again, Chef. We'll see you soon.